Vice President Mike Pence held a fiery interview today in which he dropped a couple bombs on Ilhan Omar. First, he said her comments, and, by implication, her herself, ought to be condemned by every American. Agree. Then he went a step further, making no bones about saying she has no place on the House Foreign Affairs Committee and the Democrats in Congress should remove her. Right again, Mike? See it here. At VP says that Ilhan Omar ought to be condemned by every American. Omar has no place on the House Foreign Affairs Committee and the Democratic leadership ought to remove her. pic.twitter.com/G8V0E3XSU, Washington Examiner, Ads Examiner, May 10, 2019. Here's more, from the Washington Examiner. Vice President Mike Pence on Friday renewed his call for Democratic leadership to strip freshman lawmaker Rep. Ilhan Omar, Democrat Minnesota, of her seat on the House Foreign Affairs Committee. Ilhan Omar has made statements, anti-Semitic comments, statements against our most cherished ally, Israel, that ought to be rejected by every American, Pence said during an interview with Fox and Friends. And frankly, the fact that very recently she has been trying to blame the United States of America for the deprivation and poverty brought on by the dictatorship in Venezuela. Omar first drew the ire of Republicans on Capitol Hill and political allies of President Trump's administration when she tweeted her disdain for a pro-Israel influence in Congress. She later apologized for those remarks, which sparked a resolution from House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Democrat California, condemning hate in all forms, though it did not mention Omar by name. More recently, Omar blamed U.S. policy toward Venezuela for the ongoing humanitarian crisis in that country, telling left-leaning news organization Democracy Now!, "A lot of the policies that we have put in place has kind of helped lead the devastation in Venezuela. And we've sort of set the stage for where we're arriving today." Omar was elected to Congress as part of the so-called Blue Wave last November that placed a historic amount of women and women of color in the House of Representatives, giving Democrats the majority back in that chamber. Collision, set your homepage to Daily Truth Report. Here's how. Collision, along with freshman allies like Rep. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, DNY, and Rep. Rashida Tlaib, Democrat Michigan, Omar's progressive stances on the economy, social issues, and foreign policy have given Trump and his allies fodder for the 2020 election cycle. President Trump himself has shown little restraint in blasting Omar and her fiery rhetoric, saying on several occasions she has a way about her that is very unpatriotic. Watch the full interview. National poll: do you agree with Mike Pence? Free, while they last. You might like previous post, previous next post, next. Let's block ads. Why?